Welcome, everybody. We got to talk about something. In the background right now, I got the instrumental by Dead Prez of their song, Mind Sex. Everything we do is mental. I'm trying to talk about the blackballing going on to Charleston White. You don't have to agree with this man, but every man from every fabric of life that comes with a message that's influential in doing his job, specifically in the black community, before it gets reprimand from any white person, it's the black community that seems to unite against something that can possibly waken up our youth and see the hypocrisy in this community. 85 South Show. I was rocking with y'all boys. This is not about picking sides between y'all and Charleston White. It's about picking sides of right and wrong. Of all the people you guys interview, I don't really see the curriculum to correct what was done to our young people in this community. All of us as old heads, older people, the priority is not on us. The priority on us, however, is to reach out and correct what was done wrong. The reason why the main priority is about the youth is because we have influenced them, those of us that are in spaces that far outweighs whatever emotion I got. You made your money, you got your fame, and that influence sometimes blind the kids from a message from people like me and others who are trying to speak to them to better the community. It gets blinded by these narcissist celebrities that started elevating through us, the black community. And when they're getting exposed, where do they go? Back to the black community to ask us for support, i.e., the examples T.I. was doing, asking the community where are they for everything he has done for them. You mean the city of Atlanta? That's one city amongst major, multiple urban communities that don't get this aid and help that everyone claims they're doing in their local, areas where they reside at. Whatever you want to feel about Charleston White, the one thing I can say is the brother basically is doing what he is supposed to do. It's calling out you hypocrites. It's always about the black community in a positive light, coming from your voices, you black failures of leaders. I call these rappers, these actors, all these black people of so-called excellence. It's always you talking about the black community and the positivity that you're trying to do for the community, but yet you want us to escape the fact that you guys have caused so much harm in this community. Your words, your music has been echoed in decades in the minds of the youth who grows older and has children who became teenagers, further expanding the ignorance that has been cycled on and on. I'm watching people who has manipulation in the minds are now coming together to blackball Charleston White. Not coming together to also point out the hypocrisy and how we should be doing better. It's to come out because names carry weight. And it's like, yeah, let's unite together to blackball Charleston White, but let's not unite together to change our lyrics. Let's not unite together to make sure these young ladies know that they're bigger than thoughts. They're bigger than the sexualization that we promote. I hear people constantly saying it's the white community that's promoting this. Well, rather the white establishments promoting this. Yes, they do. But guess what? If we made a line in the sand, they couldn't do that. Now we got young girls following this madness, young men following this madness, but we're talking about bettering our community. These are not victims that are so-called getting bullied by Charleston White. These are men of many resources that can pull their weights and make real changes. But they stand here to manipulate you guys to think that they're in the right. Today is a new day, man. I have hope for the future because these people are getting exposed, man. When I get young people telling me, who is this man, Charleston White? Because every ounce that they have in them is an inclination to laugh and gesture at him. But something about this man's words sticks out like a thorn. And these kids, it's hard for them to ignore the hypocrisy that he's showing us. And they mention it. So while they're laughing at Charleston, thinking he's a goofy, sure, many of them may be manipulated by people with bigger names who have a deep influence in the community. So when they're speaking very negative and reckless, might I add, about Charleston White, yeah, some of these kids are going to go with the first train of thought fueled by these people of motion, these people of vast celebrity symbolisms. But nonetheless, Charleston words deep down in these young kids' minds are coming out. And now I see these kids are saying, while they're also pointing out this man's internet character, they're understanding his angles now. They're understanding that this man has a message more than just comedy. Because in the internet, we can be anybody we want. But like my earlier video said, show me your works. What do you do in the real life to show me that you are more than what you portray on this social media platforms? Show me, what do you do with the youth? Show me, what do you do to better the community? Listen, gentlemen, a lot of these rappers come in these spaces and tell you about their upbringing, and we're supposed to feel sorry for them. Ask them what schools do their children go to? Where do they reside at? It's nothing in your community. So all I'm saying, while they're living a good life that they claim that they were doing what they were doing in terms of selling drugs and doing whatever that was negative and impacting the community in a harmful way, why not flip and tell them that there are supposed to be better ways? Specifically when it's their own children, Boosie, T.I., that are acting out of order. And when somebody like a Charleston White, if we already haven't known already, shows us the hypocrisy, the lifestyle that these two individuals, King and Tootie Raw, that their fathers have led them astray in. Now that we see this, and with all that money, these two children, rather young men, because they're 18 and older, want to live that type of lifestyle that their fathers claim they did everything that they could to make sure their children didn't. I think it's a hypocrisy to pretend that these two young men aren't living a negative way of life right now, like their fathers didn't have a hand in that. I call on hypocrisy in the black community. I call on hypocrisy in these black celebrities. Funny Marco, you're a man that came from very humble beginnings. To see you even take that man's video down, Charleston White, it shows your hypocrisy. It shows that no matter what come up you guys have, that now you can share the same space these so-called celebrities that you admire have. You can share that space, yet you still bow down to them in their words and the pressures that they give you to fit in the narrative that they're trying to throw upon us. But listen, us regular folks, we see what's going on. You can't dictate to us. You can never kill a message. The messenger can get tarnished. His name can be drugged through the muds, but the message is loud and clear. Our community is trash. Black culture has become trash, and the world is seeing our hypocrisy through the means of the Black Lives Matter organization using Black Death as a way to gain monetary, false claims, usage. Never rise up when it's black on black crime. Then they want to mislead you about, well, there's Latin on Latin crime, there's white on white crimes. Well, I'm worried about the black on black crime that's getting out of hand. And when this man is speaking against the gangs, speaking against the vulgar nature that we have become through our music, our culture, social media, now it's time to talk about drawing the line in the sand. T.I., 85 South Show, Funny Marcos, Bun B, Steven Jackson. Steven, I want to be gangster, not a black professional or black leader Jackson. You guys. And we know what's going on behind the scenes. The same people that won't come out and speak against Charleston, they understand that man's message and they agree with it. but they're gonna stick with the circle that they revolve around. People, let's do the job that we keep requiring black celebrities to do who are weak. Let's do that job. Let's keep exposing this. Let's not let it only be Charleston White who's speaking for the community. Let's do it ourselves. They can't blackball all of us. More to come on this topic, but understand what's going on right now. Understand what's going around. You are a dangerous human being when you are going to expose what's going on in the black culture. I promise you, you are a dangerous human being. There are a million Charleston Whites. It's just that he found a way to become a face of it. But there's a million of us all around our neighborhoods trying to talk about this. We've been talking about this. Look at all these celebrities running around like their heads cut off like a chicken, man. Look what's going on. This is when they unite, when the positive message is attacking them. Stay tuned, y'all.